Hi loves, welcome back to our channel. This is Jerry, and for today's video I'm going to be customizing my Nintendo Switch Joy-Cons. I'm going to be using button and shell replacements from ExtremeRate. Let's get right into it. Alright, so this is how my Joy-Cons look right now. This is actually from like one of my first customizations. I have a lot of different Joy-Cons and these I've never changed. So they've had the skin on here for like a really long time, probably over a year or so now, and they're kind of like ripped and stuff from like using them so much and peeling stickers off of them and such. So I'm really ready to take the skin off. So I'm gonna start by taking these thumbstick grips off. I put these on here in one of our last haul videos. And next I'm going to take the skin off. I don't think you can save these kinds of stickers, which sucks because they're so like beautiful and holographic and cute. Kurilakuma. But yeah, so I'm just gonna peel the whole skin off with the stickers, and then we can start with replacing the shell. Alright, so I got the skin off. As you can see, there's a little bit of glue residue like around the edges, but that's not a problem. We just wipe that off with like alcohol or wet wipes. And then in the front you can see there's more right here. It's like sticky, and I think that's because I pulled that off fast, but like I said, it's just sticky. You'll be able to wipe that off. The actual device didn't get damaged though. It's a little like the Joy-Cons come matte, but after a while they start getting like shiny in certain spots. And this is the oldest pair of Joy-Cons I have. This is the one that actually came with my original Switch. So yeah, that's why they look like that. But I'm gonna clean it up and then we're gonna switch these Joy-Cons out. So actually before that, I'm gonna go ahead and pull this skin off camera and clean the residue off, and I'll be right back. Alright, so I have the skins off now, and I'm going to try cleaning up the residue with these simple wet wipes. They're just wet water wipes, and if that doesn't work, then I'll switch to, I'll try alcohol. Alright, so now I've got both Joy-Cons cleaned up. They both had residue, like glue residue here, and this one had some up here, and I wasn't able to quite get it all off using the wipes alone. So what I did is I dipped the wipe in a little bit of alcohol, and I kind of like rubbed really hard on the sticky parts, and then it came off with the alcohol. So now they look pretty good. I know we're gonna take them off anyway, but I didn't want to hold sticky Joy-Cons, and I wanted you guys to know because a lot of people ask like if the skin ruins your Joy-Cons, and I just want to let you know that in my opinion it definitely doesn't ruin them. So there you go. Let's go ahead and get started. So I just wanted to show you really quickly the things I'm going to be using. I have these buttons, those are the triggers, and those are the other buttons, and they're all by ExtremeRate, and I'll link them below. And then they sent these tools as well as these extra parts. So I think these go into this one unless you wanted to use these, and then there's extra screws and springs and stuff. Now in the box, let's go ahead and open this one up. So this box comes with, this is a back plate for the Nintendo Switch. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be switching mine out right now because mine has a skin on it, and I still want to do some things with it before I do that, so I'm going to put that part aside. Alright, next, this kit comes with black buttons. This is the kit, just the shell. And I'm not going to be using these because I'm going to be using the white ones. And it also comes with another one of these tools, and it comes with all of these pieces, which I'm guessing we're gonna need. I don't know, I've never done this before. This is my first time. I'm just going to be following their tutorial that they have on YouTube. So these are the covers for the Joy-Con. This is what we're going to be using today. What a beautiful color, and it's like a soft touch. It's called Sakura Pink. I'm so excited about switching from this to that. So the first thing that I want to do is get the buttons and put them aside. So I'm going to pop all of these out, and then I'm going to put the buttons for the right Joy-Con here and the ones for the left Joy-Con here, so that we have the buttons ready once everything's open and we can just go fast and smoothly. So. Alright, so I popped all the buttons out and I separated them. The ones for the right Joy-Con are there and the left Joy-Con are there. I put the tools aside. I'm going to be using this one, and I took out from this little bag of extra pieces. I took these two out, and I'm going to be using this one because it's the one with the 3 little prongs or whatever you call them, because these screws in the back are the first ones we're going to take out, and they are these 3-pronged kind. So I think you just stick this in here and then turn to tighten it. Alright, so first thing we're going to do is remove these 4 screws, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and we're going to do that to both of the Joy-Cons. Alright, now once we've got all of the 4 screws out, we're going to just wiggle across this line here to try to separate the 2 pieces. So you want to be really careful when you're popping it open like that, because on this side over here there's going to be a little like flex. I'll show you right now. So don't just like pull it off, just kind of slowly pop it up like that. And then if you kind of open it like a door, you can see the little flexes right there. And you don't want to put too much pressure or pull on those because they're sensitive. So what we need to do is remove this screw that's here so we can separate the back piece. But our screwdriver has the 3-pronged piece, so I'm gonna pull this out and switch it for this one. Alright, now that I've got the tip changed out, I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do really quick and then do it kind of in a sped up motion because it'll be kind of slow. So I'm going to remove this screw so that I can separate this back piece, and then I'm going to remove this screw, and then I'm going to remove the battery, and I'm going to remove another screw in the corner here. Now you'll notice that this screw is gold and the one that I'm going to remove from here is gold as well. So I'm going to keep those together to kind of remember which screws go where. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. Alright, now that I've got those 2 gold screws out, so you can pull the black plate off, but you kind of have to like hold on to this middle part and be careful because of this glue right here. Makes it a little glue right there. Made it a little hard to pull off, but I pulled it off now. I'm actually going to want to keep that, so let me keep this. And yeah, so now the back is off, we can put that aside. And now that we took the gold screws out, we can pull this part off. So yeah, we'll pull this off like that, but it has a flex attached to it, so be very careful. We're just moving it to the side like that, and then we're going to take our screwdriver and we're going to take these silver screws out. I'm going to zoom in a little so you guys can see a little better. So yeah, next thing we're going to do is remove the 3 more silver screws. It's going to be this one, and this one. Alright, so now, actually I'm gonna just take this out first to get it out of the way. So now I'm going to unscrew this one and this one, but I'm going to first grab that flex and get it out of my way so that I can get to the screw that's right there. So very gently, I'm just gonna hold that out of the way while I take this yellow screw out, or like gold looking screw. And then this screw as well. Alright, so the next thing we're gonna do is pull all of this like stuff off of the shell. So we need to pull this part out, and this part is gonna be stuck on kind of like with adhesive. So be really careful on getting that out. Do not pull on any of the flexes because you might ruin your controller that way. So let's go ahead and try to get this separated. Okay, so I had to use a tweezer to kind of pull the stickiness up, but then I kind of felt it like, or heard the sticky kind of rip off. So now I know I can pull that out. And now all of this, we'll pull this aside and this aside, and all of this now is the inside part. So now that we have everything all separated, I'm going to put these buttons aside just in case I need any of them. This shell we don't need, that back piece we don't need. I'm actually going to get them out of here so we don't confuse anything. And next I'm going to get the front shell, and I'm going to put the new buttons in. Alright, so next I'm going to put the little silicone cover thingies on there. So for this next step, we're just putting everything back. Next, we're going to take a silver screw and screw it in right there. We're going to take 2 silver screws and put one here and one here. Alright, so next thing we're going to do is the trigger. This is the trigger button here that they sent, but I noticed it's kind of banged up, but that's okay. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take this one out, the little spring, and put it in the same location here. And then pop this one into that one's place. And now that it's in its place, you can kind of hear it click. I want to make sure we hear that click. Alright, now that we've done that, we're going to take this part and put it back where it goes, which is just like this. Put the battery this way. So we've got this like pressed into space where it goes, and then we're going to screw in the gold screws that go here. And then one last gold one goes down here. Okay, so next I just popped this part out, and you'll see 2 springs. Those are important to leave in there, one there and one there. And I'm just going to be replacing this part. So I need, where is my white piece? Here we are. And I'm going to stick this piece in there, and I'm going to line up the all the parts, and then just snap this in pretty well. But first, before I do that, I'm gonna go ahead and put this battery back in so that it's out of my way. Alright, so I snapped it in, as you heard, I believe, and on this side you can see that I got the spring perfectly, but over here I don't know if you can tell, you can kind of see it's like curved. I didn't get the spring right in exactly the spot it was, so I'm gonna try to do it with the tweezer, and if not, then I'll have to pop it off and redo it. Alright, so I pulled it off, and you're gonna have to make sure that that piece right there and that piece right there really go into the openings of the little springs so that you get the right trigger pressure. Okay, I feel like I have them lined up really well. If I just press hard, I should be able to clip them in. Alright, that looks so much better. You can see it's perfectly straight and it's exactly where it needs to be, and they're working pretty well now. Alright, so next we're going to switch out the little buttons here. So what we're going to do is take out these two gold screws and then pull out the buttons and swap them for these white ones. Make sure you're careful with this piece because it is attached to that flex right there. So pull this. I'm going to grab this piece and this piece, and then okay, so this top one is SL, bottom is SR, so SL, just like that, SR, just like that, and I'm going to take the little grip off of these, put that button aside, we don't need it anymore, put the grip into the white side, like that. I'm going to do the same thing with this button. Put these white ones right in where you took the other ones out of. Then cover it right back up and put the gold screws right back in. All that's left to do is grab the back plate. We're going to put this back on the back plate like it was. Oh, actually first we need to put these the Joy-Con release button, and unfortunately it doesn't look like they sent a white Joy-Con release, so that kind of sucks. So we got the black one there. Now we're going to get this, and the back parts we're going to put exactly where they go. Kind of clipped in like so, and then we're going to take this little silver screw and screw it in here. And now that we have that together, we're just going to go ahead and close it. And very carefully like snap it into place. So there it is. Now we can go ahead and these black buttons, these black screws that we took out in the beginning, we can go ahead and put back. I just realized how dumb I was about to try to screw them in with this one, but we have to swap it out to the first one we are using. This one, the dark one with the 3 prongs. Alright, I'm back now. I've got both Joy-Cons finished. I really love the way that they look. Honestly, I'm really happy with this soccer pink shell and with the white buttons. I feel like the buttons are working really well. You can hear them all click nicely. And I did have a little more trouble than I thought I was going to have. Also white buttons here. So, okay, first let's start with kind of, I guess, complaints. I don't really want to say complaints, but like cons, I guess, are that it didn't come with white thumbsticks. I think those might be sold separately, so I wish I would have gotten those. And it didn't come with white this area here, and I wish I would have gotten those if I knew that they were separate. And then it did come with these little replacement middle parts here, and that would have been this part here, but it came with black ones, and the thing is pink, so I just left the ones that were there to make it easier for me. And yeah, I kind of wish that that part was pink as well, or at least white, but it is what it is. I really appreciate that there are the plus, minus, and home buttons and all that. This button was giving me so much trouble because I didn't know. Like, here's the original, and I was trying to figure out how to get it out of that clear piece. So if you're doing this, look for another baggie. There was this tiny baggie in there with this little clear piece in there, and that's where you pop the home button into, and then you pop into there. So I'm really glad that I found that little clear piece, or else I would have ended up with the black home button. And I looked, it's so funny because I looked through reviews, I looked through YouTube videos. It took me forever to finally realize that, you know what, the home button's in that little bag. So that's something to think about if you're doing the right Joy-Con. I think that's the only like major difference with the right Joy-Con. Obviously your there's this sensor part that you have to be careful for, but it's pretty easy just like this side. You just have to be really patient with it and follow step by step the tutorials that they have for you, ExtremeRate has for you on their YouTube channel. So, oh, another complaint that I actually had is that they're not very, like, you see here, it's kind of like scuffed up, and I'm not sure if just cleaning it up will clean it. I think it's like scuffed up, and they did send these to me. I didn't purchase them, which is why I'm not too upset, but I mean, if I had spent money and that's how it came, I might be more upset. So I'm gonna try to clean that. I'll let you guys know about that. But yeah, this is how they look now. We won't need these Joy-Con shells anymore. This is the old ones, yucky. Put those aside. I'm saving the buttons in the ExtremeRate bag just in case, because you never know. These are the black buttons that came with the shell. Didn't need those, so I'm gonna save them too. And then, oh, one more tip that I have for you guys is that since I've been sent a few different kits from these. Well, actually, I did buy myself the tools that I used on my Pro controller. But anyway, so since I've had a few of these sets, I had 2 of these, and it was really helpful to me, at least, to put the 3-pronged tip on one side and the 4 tip on the other one, so that I didn't have to keep swapping the tip out. I was just able to switch the what do you call this? The holder out. So that's another tip for you guys. So looking at them, I don't really like the black Joy-Cons. What am I saying? I don't really like the black thumb grips, so I'm gonna swap those out. I have some options here. These are the ones I had before, but I want to do something different because I already had these on. So I have these here that I purchased on the website Japan You Want, and they're for the Switch and the Switch Lite, and there's like a blue, a mint, and a pink pair. So I was thinking maybe these. Or I have this little baggie here of different paw ones. I've got some peach ones. And these are ones that I've just been using recently, and that's why they're in this little bag instead of put away with the rest of them. But I think what I'm going to do is go with the little paws, these kind that are shaped like a paw, because I've been really into those lately, and I think I want to try those. So I'm going to try to pull them out. This one and this one. Alright, so they look like this, and I got these from Geekshare. I'll put a link to these as well. I'm just gonna flip them like this and stick them on the Joy-Con. On the Joy-Cons? Why do I keep calling the thumbsticks Joy-Cons? Alright, so now we've got the grips on there, and oh my god, I think I did such a good job picking. I think these are perfect for it. The pink fits the soccer pink really well, and the white looks really good with the white buttons, and oh my god, I'm so happy with these. Okay, that's bothering me. Let me try to clean that really quick. I'm just gonna use some water wipes like the ones I used earlier. Okay, unfortunately, it's just like I suspected, and this is actually paint kind of chipped off. So unfortunately, that's just how it's gonna look, and we're not gonna be able to fix that. I'll reach out to them though, and hopefully they can send a new button replacement, and I'll just open it up and switch that out. It shouldn't be too hard. But yeah, other than that, I'm really happy with it. I think they're so beautiful. So actually, one thing that I want to talk about before I go is that I've seen a lot of reviews about these replacements by ExtremeRate, and a lot of people have said that this soft touch material tends to stain easily, and it loses its matteness from the grease in your hands. So to prevent that, I'm actually going to use a clear case on them, and I have this one here that I recently purchased. Okay, and I'm gonna leave the back case in the box, and I'm just gonna be using these Joy-Con covers, and they're these like clear glittery silicone rubbery ones, like jelly feeling, and I think they're really pretty and cute, and they'll protect the pink while like still allowing you to see it. So let's see, how do we do these? I'm thinking you slip it in, but you gotta lift it up to fit the thumb grip. Okay, that wasn't too hard. I thought it was gonna be more difficult than that. It's so cute and so glittery. Let me do the next one. I wonder if it'd be smarter to stick this side in first. Like, come on, Jerry, think about it. Yeah, duh, and then slip this part in. Duh. I don't know why I didn't think of that. Okay, so now they're in there really nice and secure. Oh my god, look how cute. They're so glittery. Yay! Alright, so honestly, 10 out of 10. I'm so happy with these. I would definitely do it again. It makes me want to customize all my Joy-Cons because this is like the first time that I've done it. So these are my first like shell swap Joy-Cons. I usually just do the skins and the button covers, but honestly having buttons of a completely different color, like that's a game changer. That's really nice. Even if I use skins again, I think I'm definitely gonna swap at least the buttons out on all of my Joy-Cons. I just want to show you Angels really quickly, how cute they'll look on the actual Switch. And I have this really cool blue Switch, but I feel like they're still gonna look cute on here. So I'm gonna replace these really cool Joy-Cons with the new pink ones. So you see the buttons, black, pink. It looks so much better now with the white buttons. Like, I'm so happy. Alright. That snapped in very easily. So beautiful! I'm so happy. They're glittery and beautiful, and I honestly could not be happier than I am right now with these. That's all for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please don't forget to leave a thumbs up and to subscribe. Love you guys so much. See you in the next one.